So there is an immigration opportunity that has been ongoing for some years now in modern community in Manitoba, and it is called modern community driven immigration opportunity or initiative. So it's a kind of support initiative whereby permanent residents are encouraged to apply for support through the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program. So if candidates are not able to qualify on their own to apply to Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, this is an option within that province. And this option entails you getting just a letter from a friend or a family member. So now you can see even friends can help in this situation. So you just got, once you get a letter from your friend recommending you to come and live in this community, so that letter is called a support letter. And the number is not very aggressive. So every year, at least 50 families are selected through this initiative. All you need is just a letter from your friend, a support letter. And with that support letter, so listen carefully what will happen once you're able to get a support letter from your friend that lives in that province or in that community. Now, if you have that support letter from your friend or family member that are already living in Manitoba or modern community, all you need to do now is to go and check the eligibility criteria if you qualify for those. So let's review them. As usual, we'll go to the computer and review this eligibility criteria together. Now, it brings me to what I've always re-emphasized in my channel, that when you are ready to immigrate to Canada, first thing first, you should always make sure that you are prepared with your English language testing results and your degrees evaluated by the evaluating bodies. Those two are the basic steps for any migrant. Anybody planning to come to Canada as a permanent resident, you cannot escape those two basic steps, okay? So for the eligibility criteria for this important initiative, community-driven initiative, you will need to have evaluated your degree, have English at least band 5. So you can see it's flexible enough, right? So this could be English or French. Minimum of 5 band in all the modules. That is nice enough. And you should be between the ages of 21 and 45 years. That is also generous enough. Now, there is one critical factor. You should have no other connection with any other province in Canada. So this is kind of a jealous community that wants you to themselves alone. That is through friends or education or family members. Another easy qualification is you must have 1 year training. It could be diploma, it could be certification, but just 1 year exposure in education. That is post-secondary education. 1 year post-secondary education, diploma or certificate. Or it could be a degree. Now you have to go to Provincial Nominee Program of Manitoba to check their requirement for proof of fund and make sure you meet that criteria as well. So based on your family composition, you look at the proof of fund requirement and make sure you meet that criteria. Then you have 2 years experience in this desirable national occupation categories that I'm about to mention. Early childhood educators, or even the assistants, early childhood educators or their assistants. Trades occupation, just like heavy duty machinists, welders, and industrial painters. So go online and Google the NOCs for these occupations I've just mentioned. You will see their codes. Check yourself, check your years of experience, check your qualification if you meet all these criteria. Then nurses and nursing assistants. As a matter of fact, every province needs a nurse at this point in Canada. Could be a nurse or healthcare aides, those nursing aides that support nurses. Yeah, these are the people that modern community in Manitoba are looking for or is looking for. So don't even bother to apply if you don't meet this minimum criteria of 5 band in modules of English and just 1 year of exposure in academics field. Then 2 years of experience in those occupational classification I mentioned. And you have a friend. You are not affiliated by friendship or family to other provinces. Then all you need to do at this point is to look for that support letter from your friends or acquaintances and start applying. Those are the eligibility. Let's look at other criteria. This seems like an easy option for most families, okay? So let's explore more. So when you get to their website, navigate the eligibility criteria, the in-demand jobs, which I have mentioned, that welders, heavy-duty machinists, early childhood educators and their assistants, nurses, nursing assistants, and aides. So once you have determined that you qualify based on those criteria I mentioned, go ahead to apply by all means. And once you apply and they see your application and once they consider you qualified, the community will go ahead to issue a support letter and then invite you over for an exploratory visit. So you can see the dynamics in this program. The community will invite you to come and explore and see whether it's something you can actually, the environment is where you can stay, whether you will fall in love with your community. And as soon as you do As soon as you embark on that exploratory visit to Modern Community, then your application will be forwarded to Manitoba as a province. Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program. And then you will receive an expression of interest. Then they will send you an invitation to express your interest to live in the province of Manitoba. These are the steps. It's there on their website. Please make your own research as you listen to this video. Once you enter into the pool, as in once you have created an expression of interest into the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, and then the Manitoba government reviews your application. So once you create an expression of interest, and then you go ahead to submit your application into that provincial nominee program website, they will review what you have submitted and give you nomination later, just like other provincial nominee programs in other provinces at this point. Now, this is where it gets more interesting. As soon as any applicant receives a nomination letter from a province, that is when you now go to approach the federal government to give you your permanent residence. So I know that the number of people each year, the number of families selected by this community is not quite aggressive, at roughly 50 families. But then who can say? You never can say. So give it a try. This is by way of updating you that there are options. And the best way to come to Canada remains permanent residence. Even though coming as an international student could be the fastest in terms of processing time, but the best way guaranteed remains permanent residence. So why not give it a trial? If you feel you qualify for this opportunity, immigration opportunity to Community of Modern in Manitoba, give it a try. So let me take you to the computer and show you where to even see all this information and to navigate every step I have mentioned in this video. Thank you for watching always, and as long as I get to hear updates about opportunities out there for immigration, I'll bring it your way. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.